Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray, brought to you proudly by Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency, Barton Power Sports, Sportsman's Warehouse, and Best Care Home Services.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790 here in Memphis, and all you good folks in Brownsville, Tennessee on 1520 AM and 95.3, and of course in Jackson, Tennessee, News Talk 101.5. And boy, what a way to kick off a show. Ron Wong has got his seatbelt on this morning.
Hey, I got to tell you, it's so good to be in the studio, but I have to tell you.
What?
What a wonderful Bassmaster Classic. Oh, my.
I don't know what it was like there, but I watched it.
Crowded.
I watched the
loud.
I love the weigh in. And, of course, Mark Copley sitting in with us this morning from a locally produced lure company, Striking Lures.
A little small lure company around here.
And we're going to talk. Mark and Ron were both there at the Classic. I felt like I was there. The weigh-in was just unbelievable in Thompson Bowling Arena. They broke all the records.
They absolutely
I'm going
did.
to tell you what, the expo was awesomely crowded also. It was it's by far one of the best ones that I've been to, and I've been to a lot of good ones. But the crowd showed up and showed out, and it was a spectacular event.
How was it on stage? How would you like to be up there on stage and knowing you might win this thing? You know, let's talk to the guy that did it. All right, 3 weeks ago we talked to Ott Defoe right here on Outdoors with Larry Ray, and Ron popped him in quicker than I could and picked Ott. But we've got the Bassmaster Classic 2019 champion with us, and that's Ott Defoe. What does it feel like, Ott, to hear that?
It's pretty surreal still. The more people say it, the more it starts to sink in, I guess. But it still is pretty amazing to to hear my name with that title. That's something that I dreamed about from the time I was just getting started bass fishing. But man, it's still pretty surreal. That's for sure.
Well, I watched the weigh-ins on TV. Talk about the emotions going through you. I mean, your little girl's crying, you're crying, I'm crying, everybody's watching it crying.
There wasn't a dry eye in the arena.
Yeah, talk about that. And you hadn't had much time to really comprehend all this, but talk about it, that moment on stage.
Yeah, it truly was one of the most special things that I've got to experience having. The Classic would be special anywhere, to win, but to be able to do it at home, and then to be, that's what I wanted to experience was with my family, and from the time I got in, and it sounded like I may have a shot at it. I talked to Jenny, as soon as I got in, let her know I made it in safe and everything, and I'm like, we don't know, we're out there in the dark.
Yeah,
it's just, we're just doing what we can do, and I'm like, well, what's it look like? She's like, what do you mean, what's it look like? It looks like you won. I just wanted to see them. I just wanted to see them, give them a hug, and they were just really, they couldn't get to the boatyard, they couldn't get over there beforehand, and it was really the moment I was waiting for, was to get to embrace them, and for that to be up there on the stage, and then what our youngest daughter, Lizzie, what she had to say. That's the biggest compliment you can.
It is, isn't it?
From your kids. So,
I mean, the chalk on the driveway. I mean, is that true story? I mean,
oh yes, absolutely. No, that was. I'm trying to think of which day it was. I think it would have been over the weekend of practice, because of course they were out of school on the weekend, and
right.
I got home one day and got parked. I didn't notice it when I parked. And Jenny said, "Did you see what she wrote out there in the chalk?" And I mean, they coloring chalk out here all the time and stuff. Like, no, she said, you need to read that. And yeah, Lizzie had wrote, the 2019 Bassmaster Classic champion lives here. I was like, wow,
I'm getting chills.
Cool.
I'm getting chills, but I'm going to get emotional right here. And and Ron, first day, Ott comes out, and the pressure's there. He does this.
And he takes the lead.
And then the second day. So kind of the roller coaster feelings had to go. You were pretty upset with that second day, weren't you?
I was. I really was.
You were mad. Come on now.
Yeah, I was, man. I'd had such a big first day, and I know how hard it is to be consistent out here. I mean, I fished here my whole life. I know that about this place, but I would have been, really happy to go out and catch. And I said it even at takeoff that morning. I said, 12, 13, 14 pounds.
Yeah,
that would be a pretty solid day today, just with the weather change we had and stuff. And I had caught that every day in practice. Didn't see any reason why I wouldn't catch it the first day of the tournament, especially after having had such a great, start to the event. And man, it started off good.
But you said God will humble you, right?
Yes, and that's exactly what it took. And that was, I was on cloud nine, and I felt like I knew I was making all the right decisions, making the right choices, but God had a much bigger plan, and sometimes before you get exalted, you'll get humbled, and that was the kind of thing that he used on that particular situation, was to say, "Hey, big boy, I'm in control here."
That's
and,
right.
You just need to trust my plan, and it'll, whether I would have won or not. I just needed to trust him and know that he had a plan and had a design, and it was a lot better than anything I could have envisioned. So.
Well, Ron, I know, Ron, from the technical version of this thing, you were spouting out some of those things he was using to, of course, those things kind of jump out at me when I see the names of these things. The Storm Arashi vibe, that sounds like something I did.
But
talk about that.
That
Ron.
was, a lot of good lures out there today. But there again, one of the things that Ott did was he went and took a stock lure, and he customized it himself.
He did.
And why did you do what you did? I mean, you took a
red and black Sharpie.
You took a lure off the shelf that anybody can buy. You took a Sharpie and you painted it up yourself. Why did you do that?
I did it. Number one, Ron, was confidence. That color, that rusty crawl color, it's a decent color, but I like a lot of orange on my crawdad type stuff this time of year, and in that off colored water. I like some red on it, and I like some black on it. We've got a red crawl, which is a really solid red bait with some darker stripes, and it might have would have worked, and that rusty crawl might have would have worked just straight out of the pack. But I wanted one that was kind of in between. I wanted some orange, I wanted some red.
And you wanted some black lines in it that it didn't have also.
Yeah, that's right. And those lines are actually there on the bait, but they're kind of just the lines actually are red, and I wanted a black just to really contrast with that bait. And, the water was pretty off colored where we were fishing, and I wanted it to be something that would show up and hopefully imitate those crawdads and stuff that those largemouth and smallmouth both were feeding on.
Again, we're talking to Ott Defoe right now on Outdoors with Larry Ray, the 2019 Bassmaster Classic champion, right out of the Knoxville area. Grew up, I think you were in the tournaments when you were 12. You've told us, and fishing the lakes and everything with your dad. So you look back and you're 33 years old, and you're at the top. So does this change Ott Defoe or?
No, absolutely not. I mean, it's career wise, accomplishment wise, it's huge. But I'll still be the same old me till the day I die. So no, it's it doesn't change anything about who I am or the way I'll do things. And
so you're not changing church to go to a bigger church now. You're going to keep that church. You're still going to be what, Lacey, or what is it? What's the church you go to?
Lions Creek Baptist Church.
Lions Creek Baptist Church. Okay, I just want to make sure you're not. Is that First Baptist of Lions Creek? No, that's it.
One of your biggest sponsors is Bass Pro Shops.
Yeah.
And Nitro Boats, and you've been with them for a long time. But, I heard a rumor that you were in the weigh-in line and you had a phone call that you had to take right in the middle of an interview somebody was doing from a guy named Johnny Morris.
Really? Is that?
Yeah.
Now, is that not true?
Yes, it is 100% true. Yeah, that was.
Now I'm getting really goosebumps. Now this is getting good. Yep.
So we were back there backstage getting ready to go through, and Rick Emmett with with Nitro. Bass Pro was there, and he said, "Ott, I've got somebody on the phone here that wants to talk to you." And he wouldn't do that if it was just anybody. And,
yeah. You didn't hang up on him, did you?
No, absolutely not. And he said, "Hey, Ott, this is Johnny," and they were down in Florida, and he said, "Man, we're watching and pulling for you," and that was before I'd weighed in. And then once it was over and official, he actually called back again.
Wow!
And wanted to officially congratulate me then. And
well, I have to tell you, Ott, you and your family, what a treat it is for anybody that's ever been interested in fishing at all.
Yeah.
And for what you represent, and your kids, your little boy, he's dressed up in your jersey and everything else.
Yeah, I ran a picture of that on my Facebook page.
Yeah.
You and your kids. I picked it up off your website or something.
Are they interested in fishing? Are the kids interested in fishing?
Are you interested in fishing, Ron? Ott Defoe's kids not interested in fishing after with chalk writing on his driveway, But they are, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. They sure. And going to this, every year it lights a fire in them, and they want to go fish more. So it's pretty awesome to to see the excitement in their face. Actually, day before yesterday, Lizzie and I are the little girl that made everybody cry.
Yes, that's right. Yeah,
she wanted to go, and so we went out here on the river behind the house.
Really,
right here, and she caught her little largemouth. So.
And Ott, you can't win a tournament by yourself. Your wife is behind the scenes doing a lot of things for you to help too, isn't she?
Mm-hmm. Yes, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, my wife Jenny, running the business and doing everything that she does here to keep everything going at home and keep me where I need to be as much as anything. But she keeps everything going on this end and makes everything flow, that's for sure.
She's the CEO of the Ott Defoe Empire.
That's it. It is an empire now.
Yeah, we'll just give her a title. Hey, Ott.
That is the virtues of a good woman.
It is right, and he's got one, and Ott's a good one. Ott, we're so proud of you over here in Memphis. Got lots of fans. I know the guy in Conway, Arkansas is happy because he won a prize for picking
I'm happy just being able to win.
That's right.
Name a winner.
Hey,
and I got to tell you, I'm happy and Ott is not one of our anglers, but if I had to hand pick someone and it not be one of our, it would be Ott, just because
I appreciate that, Mark.
Of how classy a guy is and because of his faith, and he's just a good man, and I'm proud to call him a friend.
Well, he's on my team. I don't care, win or lose, though. So, Ott, thank you, buddy. Congratulations. Yeah. Thanks for taking time. I know it's a busy time for you, but we really love talking to you today. So, we'll stay in touch. Okay, man?
Sounds great. Yeah, I always enjoy being on here, and thank y'all for everything.
Okay, Ott. All right, let's take a break, and we're going to switch gears and talk a little TWRA on Outdoors with Larry Ray. Don't go away. We'll be right back.